Okay. Go ahead and put the metronome on at 80.
Okay. I just wanted to mention, Kevin, that I was when you had shown me those 5 positions of turn, I was bearing that in mind. So like my piano was here, inch above the pad. The mezzo piano was here, mezzo forte here. My forte was basically up here. I was trying to get up here for forte. So I consider that like double forte, fortissimo, like coming up to the ceiling.
Well, let's try that. What happens if we just turn from here? Turn from parallel. You hardly need a grip. No, I'm turning from parallel.
Oh, so you're
Right.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be like double piano?
Just turning. And I'm aware of fulcrum potential. We're turning from here. I know that there's a fulcrum somewhere, but I know I can get rebounds. Okay, but we're just turning from here. Then what happens if we turn here? Now we're coming up to about here. Instead of just starting there, we're coming from the floor, turning up and then coming back down, as opposed to setting up and waiting. We could, but now we're kind of more in actual playing mode. So now we're turning from here, right? Could be gravity. So now you really need to turn to here. We're turning like this. Okay. This is all based on what you are reading right now, which is Mitch Peters' #1, which is a bunch of singles and different dynamics. Right, now we have this. Now let's come up a little higher. What does that feel like? I'm coming up to about here now.
Okay.
And I really feel there's a fulcrum that it potentially exists. Right? In other words, I know where the fulcrum is. You want to be aware of fulcrum potential. I know where it is. And the fulcrum is somewhere. You have to decide. Is it the first finger and thumb? It's a 3-finger grip, but the fulcrum could exist in a bunch of different places, right? The fulcrum could exist up front. It could exist somewhere in between. It could you can think of it a little further back. It's that subtle. Yeah. So where is your fulcrum? Where is the fulcrum potential if you're just turning for one note? What's up at this height? I barely feel it. Let's see. where do you feel the impact when it lands? It's going to be in the same place every time.
That's interesting, Kevin.
Same place every time.
Okay, as I'm tossing, because I remember you used this type of analogy of tossing the stick upward. So I'm feeling a little bit of, as I do that, I feel the butt end just kind of coming out and swinging out a little bit.
When you turn up?
Yeah, when I supinate the hand. So when I let gravity do its thing and it falls, I'm feeling that impact here. Middle finger, the crack at the middle finger. But I'm also the guide digits are doing their thing with I feel a cushion in here in this channel between the pad of the thumb and the crook of the forefinger.
See, I worry that you're too much like this. See my middle finger? It's not straight across, but yours seems to really want to point towards, as you hold it up this way, it's pointing towards the floor this way. It's running a little more across the stick.
Well,
that's one thing, you know.
I mean,
this is something to consider. Yeah, see? That looks a little more, that looks better.
Okay.
So let's just take a look. How much is it coming away? Barely at all, really.
Yeah, barely.
I can feel the skin moving. Now when I come up to here, that's different. Now I can feel it coming away.
Yeah, like it's a little bit more explicit.
But if I'm turning, like, let's say right here, barely coming away from it. It's kind of not. Just like that. It's against my palm. So just turn this side. It's a feeling of turning your wrist. Leaving this alone. It'll do what it's going to do. See, for me, when I land, Joe, this is all very subtle. I probably shouldn't even mention it, but I feel just touch the surface. Just touch the surface. Yeah. Can you feel the butt end want to come away from, or just move the skin at the palm? You feel it moving?
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I got that happening when I touch the surface. Yeah.
Right. You see, I'm feeling some of that when I get to the surface every time.
Yeah.
It's better. Here you go. Here you go. Softer too, isn't it? Go ahead and just turn. I don't want to make it so tight.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't land and clutch the stick.
Exactly.
You throw your hand open. The hand does its thing. Oh, better. Okay, now so metronome on at 80. Right. This is where having a towel can be helpful. You have your gel pad?
Yeah, it's kind of, let me see.
What I got going here?
It's kind of sticky. I don't know.
Well, maybe that'll really make you turning your wrist.
Yeah.
See what I got going, Joe?
Yeah, yeah, you showed me that before.
So this works perfectly in It's not a pillow.
Let's see here. Let me try something.
Those the same sticks?
These are the Hal Blaine signature sticks from Zildjian.
Right. Just use the same sticks. I want you to feel a heavy stick in your hand.
Yeah, I know these are thin because I don't like this. The surface is weird. It's kind of sticky. I don't want to mark up these beads. I don't want to get these beads all sticky. Hold on a sec.
You know, if it's just sticky, you can always just. Okay. Figure it out.
These are. What was this?
Well, we could do it that way. Here's a little. I often use sticks like this on a gig, right? So now what we've got is now I have a little stick. Now I have a big stick.
Yeah. Let's see something here.
It really shouldn't matter.
What's this? One sec, Kevin. I'm going to check my sticks.
Don't worry about it. I don't want to get in the way. It doesn't matter. If you want to use your thinner sticks, go ahead.
Okay.
There's not as much weight in the hand. There's less weight in front. There's less weight in front because the stick is lighter. Go ahead. So just get metronome at 80.
Okay.
Metronome at 80. We're just going to turn. I'm trying to turn from parallel. See? No, I'm not lifting it up. I'm turning from parallel. See where I'm turning from? Look.
Yeah.
Turning here. There you go. Okay, now bring that up just a little. Good. Stopping at the floor. Feel the floor. Come up a little higher now. Turn a little higher. Be stiff in your left. Left has to feel something when it gets to the surface. Just sitting in 3-finger grip, and you have to decide where you're focused. Don't be stiff about it. Nice and relaxed. Yeah, you don't need to. What I'm noticing, okay, this is perfect for you right now. What I'm noticing is your right wants to start doing this, coming up right away, as though there's a bounce that you can see. There's no bounce now, or very little. You don't have to force it down. Just watch, watch, watch. So it just stops. Okay? I don't stop it. I feel like you're going to bring the air drumming and you're going to stop it. I don't know what would happen if there was no drum. Hold on. Let me. it would go past the surface. It would go all the way to here. Go ahead and do that. Right, that's about as far as the system goes. Was that Freddie Gruber? Right? Yeah. Yes. So look, I don't have to. Do you have to force it to stop or just try? Just do this with me. Come on, join me. Join me, won't you? You lift it up. Watch. I lift it up. Watch. I lift it up, and I turn down. Kind of feels like I'm following this stick. Get my timing. Watch. See? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But you got to keep it going. It's a rhythm. See, we're moving. See, we're making music through motions. See this motion? Watch. Watch. Down, up, down, up, down, up. See? Down, up, down, up, down. If there wasn't a stick in my hand, it'd be going up, down, up, down, up, down. See, there's no stick, so the hand would just do whatever it wants to do. Now you're not holding anything. Up, but you got to come up. Watch. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Come on. Up, down. Now go ahead and put a stick in your hand. Up, down, up, down, up. Now there's a surface that gets in the way. Doesn't mean you have to stop it. The surface will stop it. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I feel it on my palm, up and down. Up, down, up. Come on, you got to keep the timing. We're turning quite that high. So let's decide how high we're turning. Up, and on. We've come to about this height. Right? Down, up, down, up, down. We're just getting to here and turning. We're turning up to here and turning back down. But we're not trying to get this. I'm not thinking up, down, up, like I'm trying to play a note. Maybe you could. Up, down. I'm trying to down. Dick Wilson would talk here. This is what comes to mind. Now we're into metaphors. Dick Wilson would talk about the string on a ball.
Yeah.
The paddle, and it's as though you're stretching the string, and then. Right, like paddling the ball, stretching this. It's a little different, but it almost feels like there's an elastic band maybe, and you're lifting it up smoothly. It stretches and stretches, and then naturally wants to come back to where it started. Just a little bit of that. No, you don't. No, if you were stretching a string, perhaps it is a very the paddle ball with a really thin rubber. String, so to speak, right? You pull on too hard to break. Maybe if you yanked it like that, it might break. Always heavy enough, you're stretching it up. So you just want to go up. It doesn't, it's lifting it up. There you go. Up, down. It's like you want to time. Watch. You want to time when you're going to get to, if you're only coming this high, you want to time it. You want to get there too soon, otherwise you'd be waiting in the air. You won't be turning your wrist smoothly. So it's got to get to here. So we're going up, down. Watch. I time it. Up, down. So by the time I say P, up, down, up, down. It gets to here. Up, down, up, down. There you go. Put the other hand with it. Good. Better. Don't come up too high, and don't come up stiff and jerky. Smoothly, to the timing, so that you don't wait in the air. There you go. Put the hands together. We're at 80, right? Where's the metronome? Metronome.
Okay.
Lips that now. Here's what I. Now I think what I'm seeing is this. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down. No. I lift it up, and it's a very gentle turn. all stiff, oh, like the mechanical monkey. Not this. It's not this. One is attached to the other. So it's doing this in one hand, up, down, and the other hand's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not down, up. It's not this. Well, look at the difference now. It's not this. It's this. They really are separate. Not thinking that this, when this hand goes up, this hand's coming down. There is a tiny bit of that. There is some relationship, but it's not the kid's toy where the mechanical device moves and you save money and not creating a ratchet.
I'm just trying to do like.
They're attached with one ratchet, so when the ratchet turns one way, the one thing, so it's, they only need one machine, right? They only need one set of teeth or two sets of teeth or however they do that.
I'm just trying to do up to come down with each stroke. So
keep going. I have 2 different sticks. It doesn't matter. Right? So now we're here. Okay? Now we're going to come up a little higher. Now we're coming up to here. Just do this with me. Butt end just starting to want to come away. Palm as I get to the top. Look how relaxed it is. Look how little grip I need, really. Not much. Copy my time. Has a little of this feeling too. Just throwing it down, man.
trying to do that.
Just, no, that's not what I was doing. I was throwing it down. It's not a throw, but it just feels like I'm tossing this whole thing down over and over. And it kind of has that feeling, but I'm turning my wrist, but I'm still tossing it down every time. I'm not. Is there a little bit of a bouncing ball? Well, there's not much bounce here. See, there, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. You see, you're gonna have great speed when you get this. But why is it all stiff and jerky at this tempo up here? Why does it just look like this? Watch. It should just be doing this. I'm just doing this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Bye-bye. There you go. Now put a stick in your hand. That's what it feels like turning that high. It's not all this, it's not a stiff.
Yes.
Not bad. Okay. Other hand with that, metronome at 80. Keep that metronome on. Okay, so now we're turning up almost to our chin. Now let's come all the way up so that we're here. Whoa. toss it, toss it, toss it down, toss the thing down, toss it down. Okay, now we're gonna triplets. 1 endo, 2 endo, 3 endo, 4 endo. Pocket volume, 3 endo, 4 endo. Nothing much has changed. It's just a little faster. All stuff we talked about exists. Up, down, 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 up. The wrist, the other hand, da, 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 1 and da, 2 and look how little, watch. You barely need to grip. You don't need to hold the stick as tight as you think either. Look how loose I am. I'm not clutching that stick. I'm holding the stick as comfortably and using only as much grip tension as I need, and that's very little. Look, here. You can get the feeling this way. Maybe can't turn very high, it'll get a lot of control, but it's just in my hand. Now put your thumb on. Put your thumb on. That's a very maintain a knowledge of where that fulcrum potential is. There you go. Now you don't have to get any tighter. You don't have to get any tighter. Just turn a little higher. 1 and 2 and now come up more. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and come on up now. Come on. I'm up here now to my chin. 1 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and now I'm going all the way up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and come on all the way up. Leave your arms alone. Just turn your wrist. Look how long I stay at the surface. Look how long I stay at the surface. It doesn't go like this. It's not doing. You're doing a little of this. You get to you gotta watch. I don't. I have time at the floor. Look, I'm resting. Watch. I'm resting. I'm still resting. Rest. So I'm still going up to down. Right? So there's always that feeling. So at this tempo, I'm not thinking of it. See, that's why it's helpful not to have this, because I'm still thinking it. So I'm not bouncing it in the way that you think. I'm turning. That's why there's no bounce at all, and I'm making the same motion. Up, get up. It's doing this. Why don't you let your arm hang? Yeah, I'm doing this. Look, my arm's by my side. Come on, leave your arm by your side. You're holding it like this. What you could do. Yeah, no, put it by your side and just do this. Well, my stick is in this position. You're like this. I'm pointing at the wall next. Okay, just turn. Yeah, now put that on the surface. Don't change it. Just put that on the surface. Keep that going. Don't change it. Just let it touch the surface every time. Here. Not much different. Okay, so this is a good exercise. Good. See, that's a little better. And so there we are at 16th notes. Put the metronome at 80, right? To and up. Now what about 16th notes? See, we're here. We're going to start at pianissimo. Turning from the floor. Turning from parallel, I should say. And then watch, we're going to come up. Remember, I'm using tear from weighted sticks. Still fairly. Now we're here. Look how relaxed it is. Look how relaxed my grip is. Now we're going to come up higher. 16th notes. All the way up. Look how relaxed that is. I'm turning my wrist. I'm not doing this. It happens in my arms as a result of me turning my wrist. Okay? Yeah, like that. So do it in the air. You just put that on the surface. You want to hold your arm. I find that mine's just hanging. There you go. Put the hands together. Put the hands together. There. Let that thing go. Now it's coming away from the palm. Yeah, that's better. Do it one more time. 16th notes. I can't quite hear it. Somewhere around here, right? The arm will turn your wrist. Stop. Stop. Back at the floor. Okay, that's your exercise. So that you're going to work on Mitch Peters' #1 again. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Singles, and you have a bunch of singles that go from pianissimo to forte. So that's your exercise. Right? 8th notes, 8th note triplets, and 16th notes at 80. Okay, good. We have a little more time. Let's keep going. I literally have to run out to a gig. Okay, so you need to figure out either a way to clean that pad.
Yeah.
Right? Or find some sticks that you don't mind the tips getting sticky, or have some Windex handy, some end dust, and a towel, so that you can, or just go get a towel. It's up to you.
Exactly. No. Yeah.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because it removes a certain aspect with regards to, well, it removes some of the force that the surface provides.
Yeah.
Right? And so in some ways, it seems to simplify things, perhaps, where you don't have to worry about, is it bouncing? Am I bouncing a ball? Right? It's confusing. What are you doing? You're turning your wrist. You know where the fulcrum is, so that there's always fulcrum potential. And speaking of fulcrum potential, now why don't we take a look at, well, I'm just playing with 2 different sticks. So now you said, what about the 4-stroke Ruff? I want to work on the 4. Okay. So there are 4 different iterations, right? So let's see. Once again, are you looking at it?
Yep.
Page 15 of the Spivack library.
Yep.
So there's an accent, isn't there? Now there are different ways to play this. I think sometimes Dick would have to throw into it. But for me, I'm playing it with an up to a downstroke in the right, if I'm starting on the left, and vice versa if I'm starting on the right, okay? So we have to look at how we would play this, just like every other stroke. And because of the time, what I'm going to do is just not be so Socratic. I'm just going to hip you to it. So it's left, right, left, right. Last right has an accent. That means typically, with this technique, it means we're going to make an upstroke to get to that downstroke that will create the accent. Left, at this beat, I'm turning twice. And this is where 2 surfaces, because it's kind of cool. It helps identify what's happening. That's all that's happening. See? There's the up to down. Okay, so now the left is doing this. Okay, now put them together. Well, just one moment. Let's see. So it's so they're really, you're counting, and it's marked. Murray's marked it 1, or it was Richard Wilson. 1, 2, 1, da 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 2, da 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 1, and 2, and thinking eighth notes, really, right? So where it would be, and 2, and 1. So put the metronome at, you were at about 60. See? See? Now, watch how little I'm moving when I make my throw. Look how little it is. That's not going.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Watch. Just here to here, here to here. That's all you need to come up. Feel it? Again, all that stuff, fulcrum potential, the whole thing. The grip always has fulcrum potential, right? And in this case, it's going to come in handy because as the speed comes up, it's going to start to rebound. At least the other hand will, won't it? See? What's happening here now? See if this is rebounding. Yeah, that's where this is going. But
yeah.
But right now you can't do this.
Yeah.
Right? It's one thing to be able to capture some speed and get it out. And there may be aspects to you capturing that speed that are showing you or giving you insight into what's really happening.
Yeah.
But if you're not able to take or bring that insight to another speed, a slower speed, then it really wasn't insight.
Yeah.
Right? You have your thumb on, right? And we're thinking about that little flick in the right. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Here we go again. There's the rhythm of emotion. Now we're not going up, down, up, down, up, down. We're going up, down. See, there's timing to it. Watch my elbow. It's really subtle. It's very tiny, but I'm not doing this. Watch the difference. Here, it's not quite right. It feels tight. I can feel it. But if I let the arm hang, watch. There, look at the tiniest bit of motion. Here, check it out. Start to feel we get up to here. We're not doing this. Ooh, that's actually could hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go the other way. Is your metronome on? I don't hear it.
Yeah. So Kevin, that in this instance when I'm practicing it, you want me to play that appoggiatura as 16-note triplets then, right? Da, 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 da.
It's they're 16th note triplets, yeah. Okay, and let's play the third iteration. Now we're going to play the third iteration, and now let's see. So now at this point, at this speed, I am rebounding on the stroke. Yes.
It's got that.
If I was just to do it one way.
Yeah.
Relax this. There's a little turn in the right that we just worked on. Okay. So you see that every time we work on one of the 7 basic strokes, one or more of them as it pertains to working on. In this case, we're just working on singles. See that the learning, the knowledge that comes from learning how to turn your wrist for one note is going to come into play because that's what's happening in the third iteration, isn't it?
Because we've got that. It's almost like the Spivack single stroke where you're rebounding the first note.
But it is.
That's totally what it is in terms of the continuity.
Once again, it's very simple. It's just one of the 7 basic strokes. No.
I know.
It's this.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do it one way for a minute. Da, 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 da. Try that. That's it. Now play the right hand as doubles, just for fun. Let me show you something. No. Exactly what you were doing. Just make the right hand a double. What? You were doing this, right? I just want the right hand to be a double. It's a 5-stroke roll. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. See, now this is going to help your roll strokes. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Now you got a 5-stroke roll. That's what Murray would say. It makes the whole thing much simpler.
Yeah.
These certain motions, add one note, and now you're playing a whole other stroke using the motion that you'd already learned.
Right.
In this case, a 4-stroke Ruff, the 3rd iteration.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see it going one way.
Should I put? I'll put the metronome on at 60.
Oh, no. Well, you want 80 because it's going to rebound.
Okay. Okay. Let me go 80.
Now 60. Now what's going to happen? I could. We can play it as slow as you want.
Let's try it at 80. I think 80 would be better for the rebound.
Well, I want to make it easy for you to feel the rebound. Now remember, where is that bead supposed to stop on your downstroke? Not up in the air. It's supposed to stop right there next to the other bead that's waiting there, waiting for your left to come back and join them. Okay, now the other way.
Other way?
Yeah. So we're going to turn this into a 2 separate iterations. See how easy that is?
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal, is it? Okay, now see, can you go both ways?
Yeah, let me try that. I have to work out some of the awkwardness in here, I think.
Got the general idea now.
So.
Turn that into a 5-stroke roll. 5-stroke roll. Oh, that's eluding you. You're literally just, it's a matter of just turning the corner that is right before you. It's just around the corner.
Okay.
But, see?
Conceptually, I haven't figured out how you did that, but do it anyway.
So, see, this is timing. See, this is just doing this. But if I take one of the hands, and the hand that's playing the single, and I play the double, it becomes that. All it is. Try it one more time.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Da 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 da. Play the stroke. 4-stroke roll. Play 5-stroke roll. Da 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 da. You got it. Now go back to the 4-stroke Ruff. Back at the cap. Now 4-stroke Ruff. Good. See, you got it. You're just using these motions. You let know you play one extra note with a good fulcrum and a rebound, and now you're up to speed playing 5-stroke rolls.
Okay, so
Using this technique. There's always there'll be more and more refinement as we go along.
yeah,
That's really good. There you go. It's not what Murray's doing. It's what Murray's doing in his educational video with Louis Bells.
yeah.
Yeah, he says now just add this note here. Now just do. See, look, you're just playing this, but now you've just added this, so now you're playing this, and it makes the whole thing much simpler to understand. I'm going to turn off our recording.